Colby Ag Tech is brought to you by Agi'S, supporting your expertise with industry-leading grain handling, storage, conditioning, and monitoring solutions. Agi, we're right there with you. Chad Colby's always bringing us the latest in technology. Sometimes it's a gadget that flies, sometimes it's something you hold in your hand. This time, it's installed on farms.
This week, I had a unique opportunity to learn more from both a grower and our friends at Agi on what kind of new technology they have for your grain bin.
Well, what we're doing is, we have sensors that are in the grain. They're looking at the existing condition of the grain, and that's important. You have to know what the existing condition is. Then all of those sensors come to this control box, and what this does is we have switches in here that operate both fans and a heater, if there's a heater present. That controls it. So what you do is you look at the existing condition of the grain, then you determine the temperature and moisture that you want to optimize. And that you want to optimize for your, depending on the term of storage, your market conditions and so forth. So you set a target temperature and a target moisture. We look at what's the grain already like. There's a weather device that we use. One weather device will run all the clusters, but that's looking at relative humidity and temperature. That's what determines when the fan comes on. After 15 minutes, we go with this plenum sensor down below, and we're looking at the same thing, because that's the actual air that you're running through the grain. You know, if you squeeze air in a small space like that, you change it. So that's also checking the static pressure of the fan. If the system wants to run the fan and it doesn't detect static pressure after a few seconds, it will send a warning message to your phone, to your email, telling you that your fan's not running and you need to check it out.
Chris, talk about some of this technology that you've implemented. Why did you go this route?
For me, it wasn't worth having a high value commodity in my bin and having it spoil on me. And so I wanted to make sure that it's basically an insurance policy for me. I started working with Agi in 2018, and we went ahead, and that was the thing. I first started with those 4 bins over on my first complex, and then every consecutive bin that we put up, we've gone ahead and added the bin manager to it.
Having the information right on your phone, especially during the busy times of the year, that's a no-brainer. But even in the off-season, it's got to be nice to be able to check into what's happening in your bin right from your phone.
That's the nicest thing. My wife is from Denmark, and we will travel back to Europe for maybe 2 or 3 weeks in December. And I can sit there and see what's going on my bins. If I have an alert, I can I can bring it to someone's attention here on my farm, and they can go ahead and mitigate that situation. We will check typically monthly. We'll go up and look inside the bins, but this really gives me the peace of mind to know what I'm dealing with. And as you go through this whole process of how the bin dries down, I have these graphs here on my phone that I can start seeing, because I'm using high volume air, low temperature heaters, and so you can start watching that bottom layer gets dry, then the top, then the next layer, and it consecutively goes all the way to the top. And that is a really good you're able to see exactly what's happening.
To learn more about this technology, reach out to Agi directly at aggrowth.com, or you'll see them at the Farm Progress Show this fall. For This Week in Agribusiness, I'm Chad Colby.
It is incredible to get on a farm and see how they are utilizing this modern technology. Chad, thank you so much for that update there from Agi.